Hey everybody, Eric here from EFBM, and I want you to come close. I want you to come real close, because I got a secret. I've got a secret. So, and the secret's this. Well, let me back up. Let me tell you this to tell you that. Or tell you that to tell you this. However you want to say it. I keep getting asked on a regular basis, and sorry, I'm sitting here and my arm's shaky because I started a new workout routine today, but I keep getting asked, what is the secret to my success? What, people phrase it in, what in the world are you doing to have lost so much weight? What in the world are you doing to keep you going back to the gym on a regular, consistent basis? What are you doing to keep from eating the crap that gets brought into the office, or things like that? And I tell people, I'm like, all right, come close. I've got a secret to tell you. Shh. And it's this: do something. That's the secret. You have to do something. You can't just sit around idle. You can't just sit around eating Twinkies and Krispy Kreme and Dunkin' Donuts, and you can't sit around eating that garbage. You can't do it. Because guess what? It doesn't work that way. So, guess what? Here's the secret to my success: consistency, dedication. The secret is that I get up and I move around, even on days that I don't want to. Especially on days that I don't want to. And you've got to do the same thing. You have got to get up and make the choice. Yesterday I talked about choices. The secret to my success is that I choose success. If I want to lose weight, well, guess what? I've got to burn more calories than I take in. I've got to not take in excess sugars. I've got to not take in excess carbs. I've got to focus on using the stored sugars and fats that I have. So I eat healthy fats like omega-3s. I eat low in carbs and sugars so my body burns more of what I have on me. The cat's out of the bag. I told the secret. Now everyone can do it. So no excuses. None. No, I just don't have time. Well, guess what? If you're standing there waiting for coffee to brew, jumping jacks. If you're standing there waiting for the microwave to finish, body weight squats. If you're sitting down all day, guess what? Get up every hour and move around for a couple minutes. Even if it's just in your cubicle, even if it's just in front of your desk. I want you moving around. That's the secret to my success. I don't sit still. Let's think about this. As kids, I was a fat kid. That was me. I was a big fatty. Fatty, fat. And why? Because I wasn't that active. And when I was active, I negated it. I negated any activity that I did because I ate horribly. And so I packed on weight. I was a lazy tub of goo as a kid. Now let's talk about my son for a moment, who is active even in his sleep. Twitches and moves around, and he's skinny as a rail, not because he doesn't eat. And you know what? Maybe he's blessed with a high metabolism. Or it could be that we don't let him eat crap and we encourage him to be active. We challenge him to be just as active as we are. And you know what? He is. He loves to ride his bike. He loves to go outside and do stuff. He loves to run around, and he'll do push-ups and burpees and squats and jumping jacks and crunches and all that stuff with me. And you know what? He's a cut-up little dude. And I love it. And that's the secret. The secret is you've got to be willing to work for it. And that's it. That's all there is to it. You have to eat right, number one. Because you know what? Abs are made in the kitchen. Number two, no amount of exercising can overcome a terrible diet. If you're eating like garbage, if you're eating like crap, you're number one going to feel like crap, so you're not going to be able to work out like you want to. And no, I just became radiant. It's the sun. And you can't work out enough to overcome McDonald's for breakfast, Burger King for lunch, and Bojangles for dinner. You're not going to do it. So put down the French fries, put down the quarter pounder with cheese, put down the energy drinks, pick up a glass of water, pick up some vegetables. You know what? John Panette, he's dead now, but John Panette was a comedian, and he would talk about going to the buffet. And one thing he used to talk about was at Chinese restaurants, he would make this joke that at Chinese restaurants, he'd say, "Look at you, you're so big. Oh, why don't you eat broccoli, eat vegetable?" And I want you to do the same thing. I'm not being racist, I'm mimicking him. So please don't yell at me for being culturally insensitive. But I was mimicking him, and he's right. The guy was right. Yes, love food. Food is an amazing thing. We are blessed to have some amazing tasting things in this world. And you know what? But you shouldn't live to eat, you should eat to live. That's just my opinion. And you can have amazing tasting foods that are good for you. You don't have to eat, terribly all the time. So eat some vegetables. And there are some amazing... All right, so anyway, I digress. But you have to eat properly. You have to eat to support what you want to do. If what you want to do is become obese and have heart disease and diabetes, or diabetes if you're Walter Brimley, and if you want to feel terrible, and if you want to be sedentary, continue to eat the way you're eating. Continue to eat the garbage that you're putting into yourself, like I used to. For breakfast, it was on average, my breakfast consisted of this. You ready? Here's heart attack time. December last year, I distinctly remember one day in December last year, one of the last terrible meals that I had, or the last terrible day of eating I had in that year, was for breakfast. It was a McDonald's bacon, egg, and cheese bagel with 3 hash browns, an orange juice, and a Coke. I had a snack later that consisted of pork rinds, barbecue pork rinds, and a Monster energy drink. For lunch, I went and had a big plate of Smithfield's barbecue, chopped pork. I had their big fry. I had their rib sauce, which is a vinegar-based barbecue sauce, which is delicious. And I had a 32-ounce sweet tea. For my afternoon snack, there was another Monster, a Little Debbie oatmeal cream pie, and a Mountain Dew. For dinner that night, I had a medium home, like one of those pizzas you cook in the oven, but it was a thin crust. I think it was like Totino's or something like that. Medium pizza all to myself, followed by a Monster with some chips and about a pint of ice cream all to myself. And maybe a glass of water in there somewhere. My bride, lovingly enough, would ask if I've had any water that day, and of course I would say no, and she would get me water. And I love her, and she and Jesus are probably the 2 main reasons why I'm not dead right now. So yay to both of them. And if you don't like Jesus or know Jesus, and that offended you, don't watch. So but yeah, that was a typical day for me. And I would justify it too. I would get up and walk around. I might walk a mile at lunch or something like that, and then go, okay, I'll walk the mile. I can have this, this, and this. I'm really surprised I'm not dead, you guys. Really. So the secret to my success, I got up and started moving. I stopped eating like crap. I actually started caring about what I put in my body. And I'm better for it. So, Now you've got my secret. Now the cat's out of the bag. What are you going to do with it? You can have access to all the knowledge in the world. I'm recording this video on my phone, which sends a signal to space to connect to servers that I can pull up information from all over the globe. I can actually pull up information from all over the universe because we have access to Hubble telescopes, which send pictures back from different parts of the universe, different parts of our galaxy, our solar system. So we have this amazing ability. We have these amazing resources at our hand. But if you never use it, what good is it? So you've got my secret. What are you going to do with it? You've got what I've done. I've worked out. I've changed the way I've eaten. Yeah, I've used supplements. Yeah, I've used protein so that I don't cannibalize on my muscles. I've used pre-workouts to get my body and my system going to start off with. Yeah, I've used different forms of supplements throughout my day to help with muscle growth, not just growth, but sustaining it. So I'm not saying you have to do that, but 80% of my success has been nutrition related. The other 20% has been workout, and it's been dedication. So what are you going to do? The choice is yours. I can't make it for you. No one else can make it for you. You've heard how I've eaten. And you know how I eat now. So what are you going to do? I think the results speak for themselves. So you guys have a great day, a great workout. I hope you have some great meals planned for today. And remember, we are just ordinary people trying to live extraordinary lives. So you guys, make it a great one. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.